everybody here certainly feels it. I know there's a lot more people that I feel it. Something has got to be changed in our government. The way that our government is helping a very small percentage, and those are the ones with the money.
I'm not jealous, man.
Right. We all know it's not right, but we're trying to figure out what to do about it, I guess. And I guess that's why we're here. This is a start. It's doing something, changing something, having a dialogue, coming up with ideas for something else. That's why I'm here. And we're making tambourines out of found objects.
And my grandma's Cherokee, my grandpa Lakota Sioux. And just hearing the stories of how the way things should be, the way things were in the old days. And what got us here was greed, basically. And if we continue to be greedy as human beings, you know, it's no longer a white problem, a black problem, a Native American problem, you know, a Hispanic problem. It's a human problem. And we as human beings, we need to treat each other accordingly. We need to treat each other better. And so I'm down here to do what I can. You know, I lead by example. I show my kids, you know, I'm here, you know, helping out, doing what I can with what little I can, you know, however I can, you know, so that my kids can see, you know, one of their parents doing what it takes to be done. And I think that if everybody showed the kids, you know, how things should work, you know, it'll be a better world eventually. You know, it's not too late for us. We can correct what's wrong, but it's up to us, all of us, not just a few of us.
Well, what do you say to the, you know, there's a few detractors who say, well, this is just a bunch of people out here just protesting for the sake of protesting. They don't really have a real core message. You know, they're just...
I would tell them, you know, a couple of things. One, if you believe that, come down and see for yourself. Come down and see what it's about. Number two, you know, every movement in history has started out with just a bunch of people, you know, sitting around and hatching out ideas. Every movement. You know, eventually it will take off. You know, eventually it will catch on to the rest of the world, and we, the 99%, will no longer be ruled by the 1%.
Well, how long are you prepared to stay out here?
Until things get done, until they hear our voice. You know, until they say, we hear where you're coming from, we understand where you're coming from, and they are willing to help us.
So why are you out here?
Well, you know, I'm not a political genius. You know, always here to learn. You know, I just came down through on the night that just so happened to put the tents out, and I wanted to know what was going on. I talked to one of the guys and tell me about the protests they were going, and trying to explain everything to me. So I decided to go to the headquarters, 60 Walton Street, and volunteer. And had me on tactical team, which is part of security, and started running the food table. People bring a lot of donations, so I decided to stay with them. I've been with them since day one. It's the 9th day today, and I've been trying to keep control of the food table and make sure everybody eats. And I've basically just been here giving them support and just sticking with them. Everybody's here as one, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to stay together, stick together. We try to keep peace. We want people to, you know, as many people that come out the street to volunteer, we're more than welcome to help. And it's just been a good thing. Things have been moving forward. We've had good progress. And, you know, we seem to be getting our voices heard. We did several marches to the Capitol, to Peachtree Empire Homeless Shelter, where they're trying to close it down and put a corporate office. We're trying to keep 400 guys out of the shelter. We protested, went up there. We protested, took a march up to Bank of America. And, you things just been going good. We've got support from different other cities like Chicago, Pennsylvania, Boston. They're trying to stay in contact. We had 150 people come from Chicago yesterday, came in here to show their support. But they left, but they were here for a while. So they're traveling also to different cities to show the support. But it's been good. And I'm just going to be here with them. I've been here since day one. I'll stay here with them. I'll ride with them until it's over with. And I think when it's finally over with, that we've been made a stand. And hopefully change will come through this. And as long as everybody, keep the peace, stick together. We have good meetings, assembly meetings, where people get to voice their opinion. And it's been great, And I just been here with them. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a political genius in that aspect, but I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm getting bits and pieces, but everything else, as far as that is, it's been pretty good.
I'm just tired of the corruption and the greed and lack of jobs and health insurance and education cuts. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And there seems to be no end in sight. So we need to stand up for our rights.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 2 days now.
2 days. And what sparked you to come and join?
Just showing support, unity.
Well, the culminating factor that brought us together is the Occupy Wall Street and being tired of big banks bullying people who had entrusted them with their money. That's the culminating factor that brought us here.
And how long have you been out here?
I've been out here since last Tuesday.
And so what are the issues personally to you that are most important?
Well, I'm really just out here for the culminating factor of the banks.
Okay, so how long have you been here?
We have been occupying the space in Woodland Park for 10 days now, since last Friday, the first day.
And what sparked your interest? What prompted you to join?
As has been stated before, but I'm sure many people, this has been something that has been growing, just fermenting within the hearts and souls and minds of people all across the country, especially here in Atlanta, especially here in Georgia, being as Georgia has one of the higher unemployment rates in the country, as well as the lowest job growth in the country. Our homeless population is completely out of control, and it seems as though the city and the state has no real plan as to how to deal with those problems. I personally am here because I want to have a future, man. I want to have something to look forward to. I want to have something that that makes me feel as though people actually care and they're willing to do something about it. And so this movement just basically allowed for all that to come into fruition.
So how long are you prepared to stay?
Indefinitely. I'm prepared to stay here for as long as it takes until some serious legislation, some serious changes are made to our governing, our economic, our social structures. And that's not something that happens overnight. Mm-hmm. That's not something that happens with one protest.
Well, what do you say to there's been a lot of discussion about how effective this protest is going to be, both locally and nationally. Some have dismissed it as being a bunch of young kids or hippies or folks who just want to protest for protest's sake.
People are going to dismiss anything you do. Anything you do, there's going to be numbers, different sides to look at something. The fact is, the conversation has been started, and the conversation has been started in a much more drastically different way than it has been in the past. Occasionally you might see some pundit talking about some this and that and whatever on some corporate news channel, and you know, people at home be like, yeah, you know, I kind of agree with this guy, or you know, or whatever it may be. To have millions of people around the world screaming not necessarily the same message, but the same feelings, and resonating with you, and knowing, yes, finally somebody spoke up. And not just somebody, but seemingly everybody. You know, I mean, it's the point, the true point of this movement is not necessarily to, you know, make immediate change, again, because it's not something that happens overnight, but it's to get the conversation going. And we have gotten the attention, we have gotten, you know, like both nationally, internationally, whatever it may be, locally. The conversation has been started. The attention has been drawn.